Woolly Story. Welcome to my cozy little corner of YouTube, where you can unwind and drift off to sleep while listening to some soothing bedtime stories. This is the perfect place for those who want to absorb new vocabulary while listening to bedtime stories before drifting off to sleep. So get comfy, relax, and let me help you drift off into dreamland. In the picturesque countryside of Aria, a sense of tranquility pervaded the air. Lysandra, a female demon with a sinister agenda, reveled in the peaceful atmosphere as she took a leisurely stroll. It was during this seemingly innocuous walk that she stumbled upon Thane, a renowned male demon hunter, accompanied by his young daughter, Elara. Thane was well known for his exceptional skills and reputation in demon hunting, making him a potential threat to Lysandra's plans. As Thane conversed with Lysandra, he couldn't help but sense something unusual about her. Yet, he was unable to pierce through her disguise and recognize her true demonic nature. Trusting his instincts but having no concrete evidence, Thane eventually took his leave, parting ways with the mysterious woman he had just met. As time passed, Thane's daughter Elara blossomed into a young woman. However, she became increasingly reserved and withdrawn, causing concern for her father. Unbeknownst to Thane, Lysandra had secretly cursed Elara a decade earlier, intending to use the girl as leverage against him. The insidious curse, crafted with utmost precision, compelled Elara to gradually succumb to Lysandra's control. Over the 10 years that followed, Lysandra carefully observed Elara from the shadows, smirking at the girl's growing obedience. As Lysandra watched Elara's slow transformation, she grew increasingly confident that she had successfully bent the girl to her will. Meanwhile, Thane couldn't help but notice the changes in his daughter. In his heart, he knew that something was amiss, but he struggled to pinpoint the source of her affliction. Determined to help his beloved daughter, Thane embarked on a desperate quest for answers, consulting ancient texts and seeking the guidance of wise sages. Lysandra decided that the time had come to reap the fruits of her labor. She planned to make her presence known and seize control of Elara, forcing Thane to do her bidding or face the consequences. What she didn't anticipate, however, was that Thane had already discovered the dark truth. Through his tireless efforts, Thane had managed to uncover Lysandra's devious plot. He learned of the curse that had ensnared Elara, and with the help of his comrades and newfound knowledge, he was able to break the enchantment, freeing his daughter from Lysandra's control. Simultaneously, Thane and his allies devised a cunning plan to eliminate Lysandra and her growing forces. In preparation for the impending confrontation, Thane enlisted the aid of fellow demon hunters, skilled warriors, and powerful mages. Together, they set a trap for Lysandra, hoping to catch her off guard and end her reign of terror once and for all. As they laid the groundwork for their plan, they couldn't help but feel a mix of anticipation and trepidation, knowing that the fate of their world hung in the balance. Unaware of Thane's discoveries and countermeasures, Lysandra confidently strode forth, ready to claim her prize. As she approached the location where she intended to reveal herself and confront Thane, she remained blissfully ignorant of the ambush that awaited her. The stage was set for a clash between light and darkness, one that would determine the future of Aria and its inhabitants. As Lysandra arrived at the predetermined location, she found herself walking into Thane's meticulously prepared trap. Caught off guard, the cunning demon was momentarily stunned, allowing Thane and his allies to initiate their attack. The battle that ensued was nothing short of spectacular. Lysandra, despite her initial surprise, quickly recovered and fought back with ferocious power, demonstrating why she was such a formidable foe. Thane, Elara, and their comrades, however, were no less skilled or determined. Magic and weaponry clashed as the two forces collided, each side striving to gain the upper hand. As the fight raged on, the surrounding countryside became a battlefield of scorched earth and shattered dreams. Thane's group fought valiantly, managing to hold their ground against the relentless assault from Lysandra and her demonic minions. The fierce conflict between Thane's forces and Lysandra's demons did not go unnoticed. News of the battle spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of the people of Aria and beyond. Fear and panic gripped the hearts of many as they learned of the existence of demons and the ongoing struggle against these malevolent beings. Debate and controversy erupted as people sought answers to questions that had once seemed unimaginable. How could they protect themselves from the demonic threat? What role did the demon hunters play in maintaining the delicate balance between the realms? As uncertainty loomed, the world found itself on the brink of chaos. With the battle taking its toll on both sides, Lysandra realized that her carefully laid plans had failed. Fearing capture or death, she decided to flee and regroup, hoping to rebuild her forces and exact revenge on Thane and his allies. As Thane's group continued to press their attack, Lysandra used her dark powers to hypnotize a large group of bystanders, creating a distraction to cover her escape. As the mesmerized people wandered aimlessly, their actions created a screen of confusion that allowed Lysandra to slip away. She headed for her stronghold in the distant nation of Borealis, hoping to find refuge among her loyal followers. However, the battle had inflicted heavy casualties on both sides, leaving Thane, Elara, and Lysandra all significantly weakened and exhausted. Determined to bring Lysandra to justice and put an end to her reign of terror, Thane, Elara, and their remaining allies vowed to continue their pursuit. They knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but they were resolved to confront whatever challenges lay in store. Thane, Elara, and their allies embarked on their perilous journey to Borealis, the land where Lysandra had fled to regroup and expand her demonic forces. As they ventured forth, they encountered numerous obstacles and challenges, including treacherous terrain, hostile creatures, and harsh weather conditions. Despite these hardships, the group remained steadfast in their determination to put an end to Lysandra's malevolent reign. As they neared the border of Borealis, Thane and his comrades caught wind of the atrocities being committed by Lysandra's growing army of demons. Reports of pillaged villages, massacred townsfolk, and widespread destruction fueled the group's resolve to bring Lysandra to justice. They understood that they were not only fighting for their own survival but also for the countless innocent lives at stake. Upon their arrival in Borealis, Thane and his allies were met with a desolate landscape ravaged by Lysandra's minions. It was evident that the once thriving nation had become a living nightmare under the demon's influence. With time of the essence, Thane and his group wasted no time in confronting Lysandra and her demonic forces. The climactic battle that unfolded was one for the ages, as both sides fought with all their might and determination. Thane's group, though weary from their arduous journey, mustered every ounce of strength and courage they possessed, drawing on their deep-rooted desire to protect the innocent and rid the world of Lysandra's malevolence. As the battle raged on, many of Lysandra's minions fell, and some even surrendered in the face of the relentless onslaught from Thane's group. Yet, Lysandra herself remained unfazed, her unwavering belief in her own power driving her to continue fighting with ruthless ferocity. The epic confrontation between Thane and Lysandra reached its crescendo as the two combatants faced each other in a final, decisive duel. As their weapons clashed and magical energy crackled in the air, it became clear that only one of them would emerge victorious. In the end, Thane's skill, perseverance, and unwavering commitment to his cause proved to be the deciding factors. With a decisive blow, he vanquished Lysandra, putting an end to her reign of terror once and for all. The remaining demons, now leaderless and demoralized, scattered in disarray, their threat to the world greatly diminished. As Thane and his allies surveyed the battlefield, relief and exhaustion washed over them. They had achieved a hard-fought victory, but the cost had been immense. The devastation wrought by Lysandra and her minions was a sobering reminder of the fragile balance between good and evil, and the sacrifices required to maintain it. Though Lysandra's death brought a measure of closure to Thane and Elara, their hearts were heavy with the knowledge that their triumph could not undo the pain and suffering caused by the demon's actions. As they looked upon Lysandra's lifeless form, they felt a profound sense of sadness and regret, knowing that her pursuit of power had led to so much destruction and loss. In the months that followed, Thane, Elara, and their comrades worked tirelessly to rebuild the devastated lands and bring hope back to the people of Borealis. Slowly but surely, the once ravaged nation began to heal, and the scars left by Lysandra's reign of terror started to fade. Despite the progress they had made, Thane knew that the fight against evil was an unending battle. There would always be new threats and challenges to face, and it was his duty to stand as a guardian against the darkness. As the world moved forward, Thane and Elara found solace in each other's company, their bond strengthened by the trials they had endured together. They vowed to continue their mission as demon hunters, working together to protect the innocent and maintain the delicate balance between good and evil. In time, they would come to mentor a new generation of demon hunters, passing on their knowledge and experiences to those who would carry on their legacy. And so, in the face of immeasurable sorrow and loss, a new chapter began for Thane, Elara, and their allies, a chapter that would be marked by hope, determination, and an unwavering commitment to stand against the darkness that threatened their world. And that's it for tonight's story. I hope it made you feel all warm and cozy. Join me again tomorrow for another bedtime story. Good night. Sweet dreams.